Baseball players. One of my players transferred down. There's always a play. It's either raining or snowing or yeah, it's easy. I can't do it. I don't know. This is on the news.
Brad.
Brad and
Okay,
Max.
I was gonna say not the lady friends. I go, yeah, no, yep. Well, yeah, it was kind of a consensus for everyone but Max. That's the way of it. Teenage headstrong love, young, yep. Well, hopefully they kiss and make up in the 5th of July. You can just wander down. Brad would love to see you too. Absolutely, yeah. And Terry will be around, who I know Holly used to know, I believe. Your wife, who she may or may not remember. But Brad's older sister Terry will be there. So, yeah. So, she might be able to take it with her. Alrighty? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for coming tonight on this rainy evening. I'm Coffey, Spanish teacher here at West and also student activities coordinator. You see my name often on emails. Not done yet. You'll still be getting more in the next coming weeks. To start off our evening, you'll see our agenda. We're more or less going to go in order. We'll move a few things around. But my goal is that you'll leave here tonight with all of your questions answered, that you'll feel confident going into the next month, and overall just really excited for all the important events that will be coming to get us to June 20th, which is 37 days away. So we'll be here before we know it. To start us off, we have Officer Gares here with us to just do a short presentation that we believe is important for all of our Cherry Hill community to hear.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
Good evening. I'm Officer Gares. I've been with the Cherry Hill Police Department. I'm starting my 10th year. I'm in our community policing unit. I'm also the coordinator of the Municipal Alliance. If anyone doesn't know what the Municipal Alliance is, it's the Municipal Alliance Against Drug and Alcohol Abuse. It's a partnership between the school district, the township, and the police department, where we meet quarterly with substance abuse counselors from the school and try to figure out what we can do to make Cherry Hill a safer community. Well, one of the things we talked about is launching a campaign that's Parents Who Host Lose Most. And I said in the meeting, if we just put it out there, I don't know, we won't have a lot of attendance. It's hard to get people to come out, especially on a weekend. Some of the counselors said, well, we have an event that people really have to come to. I said, count me in, I'll be there. Thanks for showing up. I know you came just for the presentation. We have a nice crowd. What this presentation really is about is just a basic, quick education on some of the liabilities and criminal statutes regarding hosting underage parties. Right? You might not know everything about it. You might not know what some of the consequences are. I just want everyone to be careful. Right? It's a time of celebration coming up. 37 days away from achievement. You worked so hard to raise your children to get to this point. We want it to be a fun, happy, safe achievement. We want you to have a fun, happy, safe summer. I have examples as we go through where 2 months after people graduate, tragedy strikes. And not in a faraway land, 50 miles away, in the last 2 years. And we'll get to that. So I don't want to scare anybody, but I just want you to be focused. Right? I want you to be safe, and I want you to kind of pick up some signs if you notice your kids are acting a little different. All right, so why am I here? I couldn't believe this when I looked it up, that because vaping is the craze. It calls all the time. There's vaping in the school. Can you do vaping presentations? Please come and talk to the 8th graders about vaping. All the schools say the same thing. And alcohol kind of put on the back burner. But the statistics show that alcohol is still more commonly used among high school students than vaping. And I really did find that hard to believe, but multiple sources say the same thing. And when I thought about it, the only thing that really makes sense to me is that if I went to 100 households here, probably at least 95 have some type of alcohol in the house. Right? The ease of access. My house has alcohol. My brother's house has alcohol. My mother's, my grandparents. It's just normalized, right? Most houses have it. Most kids have some level of access to it. They said that I think it was 84% reported, so this is 15 to 17-year-olds, getting the alcohol for free. That tells you they have easy access and easy ways to get it. They're not buying it. They're getting it from somewhere. Right, 57% reported drinking at a friend's house. And this is just what I really want you to be aware of. Right? You have your children's friends over. They're having a small gathering. Trust me, they're smart. Right? You don't need to hover over them 24/7. Just be aware of what's going on. My mom, 20 years ago, is the cool mom. Had me at 22 years old. She was younger when I'm in high school. And she always thought, well, if I just have the party's at my house and take the keys, everything's all right. There's no issues. Mom didn't know what those kids were bringing over to the house. Mom had no clue what was going on, right? And I look back and I'm like, wow, Mom, we got over on you. You didn't really know. Right? Everyone's smart. I just want you to be aware, because as we kind of go through it, there are consequences. If you knowingly, if you serve alcohol to a minor, that is a crime. It's not your own child. Right? If you allow a party to be hosted, right, that has underage drinking, that is a crime. If they leave that house, leave that party, something happens, right? In some of the examples I go through, you're civilly liable. Right? That is something you may not think of. If something happens to the child at your house, they drink too much, they get sick, they go to the hospital, that's endangering the welfare of the child. So even a higher charge than these things. I just want you to be aware. I want you to have these conversations. Even more serious than any of this is obviously drinking and driving. 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds are not the best decision makers. Sorry to any, I see some in here, right? Sorry. Right? The facts say that's the case. Adding alcohol to it doesn't make you a better driver. Doesn't make you a better decision maker. Right? Smoking marijuana and driving doesn't make you a better driver. Doesn't make you a better decision maker. And we have examples of these things, unfortunately, turning deadly. So some signs, what I tell people all the time, with your own family members, this doesn't just have to be a juvenile. If you notice behavior change, right? Behavior change is the #1 indicator of substance use. Someone acting differently than they always have. It's also a high indicator of mental illness. Right? If I notice something, that somebody's doing something that they don't typically do, right, that is a clue to me that something is off. A lot of times, substance abuse is behind that. Right? If you kind of notice, I know it's hard to see, if you notice behavior change, if you notice new friend groups, if you notice dropping things that somebody loved to do previously, all reasons to get involved and kind of ask questions. Right? Why? This was an 18-year-old in Ocean County who had graduated in June, had multiple friends in the car, and one of her classmates who was in the car died in the accident. The driver is high and drunk. So she's under the influence of THC, and she's drinking alcohol. Right? And she gets charged, goes to jail, and ruins a life at 18. We have more, unfortunately, there's more examples. This fine teenager crashed into 2 police officers on the side of the road. One of the police officers, 2 years later, still not back to work. Hurt that bad. Right? By drinking and driving, and underage drinking and driving. This person used a fake ID and was in a deadly hit and run. Also in Ocean County. I don't know what's going on in Ocean County, but they seem to have a high number or propensity of these issues. Right? And I guess want you to understand that this happens. These are from 2023 and 2024. Right? Pretty close to home, within 50 miles. Right? Please be cognizant. Please don't let juvenile drink and drive. Please. I know it sounds silly to even say that, but we don't want this in Cherry Hill. We don't want a celebration to be marred by a tragedy. I will say, because I don't want to be Debbie Downer, I know it's a celebration, I'll end on a positive note, that over the last 20 years, drinking in high school, drinking as a teen, has gone down. So it has gone, we have made progress. Right? We are doing better. Right? There's less instances than there were 20 years ago. Right? That's a win. While I'll show you the failures, we can also celebrate success. Luckily, in our town, we really haven't had many major incidents. I've been on the road, I work midnights, right? I had a lot of DWIs, none with a juvenile. So that is reassuring. I want us to keep that trend. I hope you guys have a wonderful graduation. Right? We want everyone to be safe. If you have a problem, if there's anything we can ever do for you, I'm in the community policing unit. Some of you may know Officer Amato in the unit. We're more than happy to help. We're here for you. We hope you have a great graduation, and I'll pass it on for our next presentation.
Okay, next we're going to have the not so fun stuff come from Dr. Burns, our head principal. He gets to be the bad cop. I get to do the fun stuff afterwards. So here's Dr. Burns to tell you all of those things you need to make sure you do. We're done.
I get the good cop role first. So, how many of you, this is your first child graduating high school? How many it's your last child graduating? Oh, look at the hands fly up there. Yeah, they're making around. Okay. So, for me, this is something you want to have, you want to enjoy the moment. I had 2 children go through this process. For each one, it was different in their own special way. And enjoy the moment with your child. As Ms. Coffey said, we are, however many days, 37, keep track, 37 days away. And there's a lot that's going to happen that they'll talk about, and the days are going to fly by, and the things are happening, but you want to encourage your student, your child, and you want to enjoy that moment with them too, because before we know it, the graduation will have happened, and then they're on the way to the next phase of their life. That this phase will be complete. I just urge you as parents, just coming from somebody who has done this, enjoy that ride with them. Encourage them to get involved in it and enjoy it and just be safe with it. All right. So now I got to take that hat off, put the other hat on. Ms. Barnes, I'm handling her role for her tonight. So you have to finish academically, though. I can't hand you a diploma, or we can't hand you a diploma on June 20th if the academics are not in order. If you don't pass the classes you need to pass, you won't be able to graduate. So, we're hopefully everybody's doing what they need to do to get to the finish line. We will help you. We will pull you if need be. We will push you if need be. But at the end of the day, it's the students have to do the work to get to the finish line. Because if they don't, then we can't continue with them graduating. When we get to the end, we have final obligations. So parents, this is where we need your help. And under the bed is probably books, Chromebooks, things that belong to the school, maybe uniforms, sports equipment. Things seem to disappear in your houses, and you can't find them. But we need you to find them because we'd like you to turn them back in so we can give them to somebody else next year. But we also take things after the fact. I remember one year a mom brought in a box that had a lot of books. Some of them we had records for, others just appeared in her house, and she gave them back to us. She said, "Here, you need these more than we do." Chromebooks, if your child has borrowed a Chromebook and they still had one at the house, if you find these things, please give them back. Hopefully we have records on those, but we do need the equipment back. Otherwise, there will be various steps along the way where there are final obligations, and there's a cost associated with it. If the equipment is damaged or broken or destroyed, there is a cost associated with that. Same thing with the textbooks. Now, I tell the students, I'd rather you give me the book than the money. Okay, because the book, even if you buy the book on Amazon, if you get the correct book, that's what we want. You could get it for a lot cheaper, most likely, than it would be for us to charge you for a new one. But you'll hear about that as we get closer, and your child says, "Oh, I lost this book." So we try to clean that up. Graduation rehearsals. So we have a few rehearsals that are baked into the schedule. The children need to attend those so that we have a dignified ceremony at Temple's Lea Chorus Center. You will like the facility. Some people say, well, why not host it out back or anything? Well, we go to Temple. You can bring as many people as you would like. We are not limited with tickets. Each family gets 10 tickets, but if you need more, there's a provision for that in your packet. It's air conditioned. You will not get rained on. I've been in this district long enough to have gone through a graduation in the rain. We don't want to do that. It's not fun. So the Temple facility is very nice. And you'll see they have a big scoreboard in the center that you'll see this face on it, very large. Okay, forget about me, but you'll see your child. If they're speaking, you'll get nice close-up views. And as the children cross the stage, you'll see that experience as well on the stage. So you can kind of film that, or take pictures, whatever you want to do. But it's a very nice add-on that we've been able to experience the last 2 or 3 years since they got the new scoreboard there. The crispness of the video even makes me look halfway decent, so that's good. Disciplinary, so the attendance at graduation rehearsals, you must be on time, you must be here. The faster everybody pays attention and does what they need to do, the faster they can leave. It gets hot in the theater, we want to be done, we want to be able to have them go on and do other things. Disciplinary concerns. So we're at the point now where if the children are having trouble behaving, following rules, there are consequences for that, and one could be they might not be allowed to go to prom, and we could also prohibit them from going to graduation. Graduation is a privilege. Attending the ceremony is a privilege. I don't want to take that away. I don't think we have taken it away, but we can if we have to. But they also need to, understand that the school rules are still in effect all the way through, up to and including graduation. Because Temple doesn't play. If they decide to act up or mess around, Temple will escort them out. Students also have the option not to participate for whatever reason. If there's something, they don't want to be part of the graduation, they don't want to participate, there's a form in the packet. The form is in the packet that you can address to me, fill it out, and we will gladly, not include you in the ceremony if that is a family decision or a student decision. We ask the parents sign off on that, that they're willing to, they want that, and we'll make it happen. Final thing, prom. So you heard from the police officer about underage drinking, alcohol. In terms of the prom, we do breathalyze, and everybody will remain until 9:30. Our main goal is at the aquarium. You want to have fun with the fish. I remember a hippo is there that's usually hanging out along. There's a big giant glass wall. The hippos hang out. It's a really neat experience, just the way the lighting is and the fish. Sometimes they let you pet the stingrays and things. So you're dancing and having fun, but you're also maybe getting an education about the fish. Okay, so it's a 2-for-1. Now in the past, I've had to talk about coming to school the next day, but guess what? The students are off on Friday. So they are off on Friday because it is a teacher in-service day. If they have other plans in terms, I'm not worried about school attendance because I have to worry about the teachers that need to come in for the in-service. The students do not. And there's no school Monday because that is Memorial Day. So they have a nice weekend if they have plans scheduled to do anything else. We just hope that they have fun with it, but that they are safe as well. And they should keep in mind about their social media. If they do things, they should not be posting about them. People watch that stuff. And we wouldn't want anything to happen in terms of a college acceptance or any kind of thing because something happened while they are enjoying prom fun. But that's it for me. But again, I just want students and parents to enjoy the next 37 days. We are here to help. We are here to support. We are here to answer questions. Everyone knows you can reach out to me directly. I try to get back to you as fast as I can. I'm super busy with students trying to get half days for next year, but I always will get back to you if we can help. Or if I don't know the answer, I will find the answer and try to get it to you. But I'm really looking for a great experience at Temple, as we move your students on to the next phase. We will miss them. We will definitely miss this class and the things that they have brought to this school. And for that, as parents, you should be proud. I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Coffey. Thank you.
Okay, so Miss Dollarton and I, Miss Dollarton is a senior class advisor. She's been with your students for 3 years. The last 3 years helping them through Spirit Week and Sophomore Cotillion and Junior Prom, all the good stuff. So we are on this home stretch together here. So we're just going to go over just the fun events that are coming up for the next 37 days for the students to participate. Some are optional, some are not. So right off the bat, we're here. We did it, the 14th. At our senior parent meeting. The next thing, the senior students, next week is the testing week. On the Monday, they're going to try to tell you probably that they don't have to come, but I'm telling you that if you have a senior student, which is why you're here, why you're watching, please tell your senior student we want them there on Monday morning for our meeting. Right? We're going to go over, you're getting the parent side, we're going to do the student side, same thing, the fun things that are coming, but the things that I need them to be at. So just remind them Monday morning when they tell you it's testing, they don't need to come, that we have a meeting in this room as senior class. So that's my first thing. We need to go over some mandatory items. The next.
All right. In addition to, maybe I'll promote, because I don't know if anyone's ever shared with you, but I'm obsessed with emojis and exclamation points. So on Google Classroom, the kids have been getting a message every morning reminding them about prom ticket sales. So I will take over also supporting them arriving Monday, and possibly we could secure an area and I could run a little fitness program in the morning too, because that might be good for mental health. So I will do my best to help support you, but please get your kids there Monday morning. So on my end, I tend to be the festive one. Hopefully your child has been sharing with you. We did car decorating a few weeks ago in anticipation of Commitment Day. We did hand printing in the front of the building, make your mark, it looks pretty cool. I still have some kids I think that want to get involved in that. But Monday night I'm hosting a senior movie night. The kids wanted to watch High School Musical 3, which is a throwback to graduation. We will be on the turf field 7:30 until it's over, 9:30 at the latest. Game plan is you bring blankets, chairs. I have Mr. Softy coming at 8 o'clock. He came to car decorating and it worked out perfect. The kids take care of it. As long as he has sales, he remains on site. So again, he's coming at 8 p.m. I anticipate going and getting bulk popcorn to give out just to make it fun to kind of hang out under the lights. So again, these are all class-wide activities. I would love to see even more kids come and get involved. It's for you. So Monday night, 7:30. Thursday night is prom. I'm proud to say we've sold 350 tickets for Thursday night's prom. I will keep selling. They wanted a total so I could get the check cut to pay the aquarium. But I'm also in a position if you feel like, oh, I think I really do want to go, it's not a last day. Please send them to see myself or Miss Coffey. Either of us can help them. But it's going to be a great night. I opted for non-formal food because last year they did not care for the formal roast beef carving. So I went with chicken and Pete French fries, chicken tenders. I did the food scene that the kids like. The ice, instead of the formal cake that ood and odd all of the adults, they're getting novelty ice creams like the Good Humors, So I went down that road. I think it's going to be amazing. It is a very large venue, so it's very spread out, and I actually told 2 of our very vocal kids that they're going to have to help corral with me that night because there's a lot of like nooks and crannies and they're going to get lost. But I'd like to see us as a class come together on the dance floor more often than not. But that will be the future come. And also keep your fingers crossed because it is currently looking a little like not the best weather. I'm hoping for good weather, so let's hope Mother Nature takes over. There's an entire outdoor area, skyline, etc. that's great for photos. So now I think I pass on.
Another fun event for the seniors starting will be next Wednesday. Oh, actually, next Wednesday, for the first time ever, we're doing a whole school field day. So that will be in the afternoon on Wednesday. Seniors, their color is going to be purple. The goal is that we want to just be a time for all the students to relax and enjoy their time together. We're planning it that there's something for everyone. We have a 52-foot obstacle course bounce house coming. There's the gladiator jousting where they can knock their friends off a pedestal. Maybe some of those teachers will get in there. Food trucks. We have a iced coffee food truck coming, which I cannot wait for. Face painting, music. There'll be yard games on one backfield. There's a giant Sorry, giant Candyland. There'll be a slip and slide kickball game going on. And then on the turf will be scheduled competition games. So those that want to get in the traditional field day, let's compete against other classes, we'll have them running every 10 to 15 minutes on the turf. So our goal is that it's just a fun day. So seniors, we're hoping that they stay and enjoy the event. It's a shortened schedule, it'll be from 12:30 to 2:30 is the field day down the turf. So we're hoping to start a really new fun tradition on next Wednesday.
Prom, the next day. It is still testing for our freshmen and juniors. So a lot of kids might just think like, oh, I don't have to go in until the 9:30, which is okay. Seniors will probably do that. We are asking that they come in though, because technically they are supposed to attend school the day of an event. So they would come in and serve an hour, and then they can head out at 10:30 on their early dismissal and go do the hair, the nails, and whatever else they want to do to prepare for prom. So please encourage and support your child attending Thursday, adding minimum the 1 hour from 9:30 to 10:30. Plus, could be fun for us to all be together, kind of get the hype going for that night's events.
In addition, with the early dismissal, there is a very specific early dismissal process of filling out the form. They should be more used to it by now. We've been using it for a little bit, but you can do that now. Like, you can fill out the early dismissal form now for next Thursday so that our attendance office doesn't get overwhelmed. They are anticipating the mass exodus at 10:30, but it does make it a lot easier for you and them if you fill out the form ahead of time. We just have an idea, and then they can just show their pass, and then they can go at the 10:30. So just a thought, it's on the school website under attendance. When I send out the email after this meeting, probably tomorrow morning, I'll have in there how to get there. I'll try to add that in there to the information just so you have it. But that's a key point. They have to do the early dismissal to get out for prom. The next one after the last item in May is going to be the Hall of Fame ceremony. This happens during the school day. It is live streamed and recorded, so if you have a senior, each year a small group of seniors are honored and inducted into the Hall of Fame. This year we will have 18 students. Yes, 18 students that will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. They have no idea who they are, and myself and Dr. Burns are the only people that currently know as of today who will be inducted. All the seniors will come down here for the ceremony. Teachers will come down with them and present them with their plaque, and it's a very honored event. So if you want to tune in, I'll also add that live link for you. That will be May 30th at 7:30 in the morning. It will be our Hall of Fame ceremony.
My last event I'm hosting prior to graduation, of course, is Senior Sunset. We had a great turnout for Senior Sunrise back in September, and it's crazy to think we're here. It's kind of like a last hurrah. It is the evening before finals start, but so many of our seniors with the AP testing and just Aing out don't really have that many finals going on. So we chose this night because there's so many nights busy with different activities. Again, it's a great night for the kids. They'll have their yearbooks, come hang out. We have cornhole and games running, the music's going, and the kids can just hang out and be together and have an opportunity signing yearbooks. So again, hopefully it's on the calendar. I will, of course, send about a gazillion messages on Google Classroom with emojis and exclamation points.
All right, and that brings us to our graduation practice. Dr. Burns already mentioned this. These practices are mandatory. It is important when we have 350 some kids and we're trying to look organized and well put together in the Leah Core Center. It takes practice. In the beginning of practice, it does not look great. By the time we leave the second practice, they are standing and sitting in unison. They know how to file ink correctly. And it turns out really well. Them arriving on time to the graduation practice is really important. We can't start until everyone is there. And when we're waiting for people and then they walk in with like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or Chick-fil-A, it doesn't really look good. So encourage them to do all their errands. They have nothing else going on that day. I purposely made it 11 o'clock, not 8 o'clock, so they could go beforehand, bring me a coffee, and then we could do graduation practice is the goal. So please, it's mandatory. If they work, they need to reschedule work, ideally. If there's a conflict, just have them contact me directly so that I know that something else is going on. That morning, obligations, as we talked about, this is anything that they owe the schools. Chromebooks, sports uniforms, the freshman year crucible that they all had to bring in when we were buying prom tickets. We've tried to catch them once while they were buying prom tickets to be like, hey, you have an obligation, cap and gown money if you haven't paid that $30. So we're trying to catch them early, and the list is ever changing. So their current classes that they're in may not have collected books yet, so they may still have an obligation that's coming. Or maybe there's a technology that they're not sure of. I don't have those obligations yet. So I gave you the QR code, which I'll talk about in a second, but you can constantly check your obligations until June 16th, and it will be updated automatically. If you paid tonight, I have not had time to take your name off, but it'll be updated tomorrow morning. So that's just something to be aware of. On the 16th, when they come to get their cap and gown, if they have an obligation, we will not give them their cap and gown. Okay, so any money that is owed to the school, I can't give the cap and gown until that's cleared. So I just recommend we have the morning open, where we'll be in the cafeteria, or they can kind of come in and clear all that information out. On the 17th is the elementary school clap out. This is always a really sweet event. It's run by the elementary schools. We promote it for them. It's optional. They provide their own transportation to the elementary schools. There's always people there taking pictures and videos. It's a really so sweet, such a sweet event. The kids are always excited. They'll have their cap and gown that they can take with them. So that was, I just asked, again, I'll show it to you in a second, but the RSVP, the elementary school, just want an idea of how many people are coming on that day. And then our last graduation practice is on the 18th. Again, 11 to 1. It does not usually take fully to 1, but that's solely dependent on the kids. So how quickly we go through. We have a couple ways to expedite that, and I'll talk in a second. And then next is graduation day on the 20th at the Leah Core Center. Is there anything else from you? You're good? All right, thank you. Couple quick frequently asked questions. I'll go over a little bit nitty-gritty things about graduation. On the third page, that has all these QR codes. These are kind of the quick things that either I get asked questions about or will help us with graduation practice. The first one is the elementary school RSVP. It's just a Google form. You can fill it out once, just put your name on, just so they have an idea. The extra graduation tickets, right? So the tickets is like the question I get the most often. Every single student will get 10 tickets automatically. You need 3 of them, throw the other 7 away, right? They're just on cardstock. However, if you need more than 10, invite in the whole neighborhood, you can have as many as you want. It's the glorious thing about the Leah Core Center. There is a, if you scan that QR code, it takes you to Google form, and you will fill out how many extra tickets you need in addition to the 10. I'll put them all together in the graduation bag. They'll get them on June 16th, right? You don't need to pick them up. You do not need to pay for them. You can have as many as you would like. In addition, on that QR code for the extra tickets, that is where you will request if you need special assistance passes. Again, you can request as many as needed. A special assistance, maybe grandma is in a wheelchair, maybe someone just needs a little extra time coming in. Whoever's going to need extra time getting in, you get to enter into the Lead Core Center 30 minutes early. It's not really specialty seating because everyone's seat's going to be different. You're going to want to find out where your student is sitting. At practice, they'll know exactly where they're sitting on the floor. And you're going to want to ask them, where are you sitting? So when you pick your seat, the Leading Core Center is large. You're probably going to want to pick one of a good view of them in the seat and on stage. They'll be big on the Jumbotron, so your preferential seating may be different than somebody else's. But if you have someone that needs a little extra time to get in, your ticket gets the person who needs special assistance and one extra guest to help them, okay? And you get in 30 minutes early. The doors open at 3 o'clock for the 4 o'clock graduation. 2:30 is when they would open up the doors. You would need a special assistance pass plus one ticket to get in early, right? But you will also request those in that Google form for extra tickets. When you pick them up, the students will get them on June 16th. Obligation, we talked about that. That is the QR code, the second one down. Check it often, maybe like once a week, just to make sure you're good before the 16th. The last QR code that's on this page, this is something that we added last year, and it did help graduation practice go a lot easier. We have staff members, whether it's a class advisor, teachers who are retiring, who will do the names during graduation. It is our goal that when your student is up there to graduate, we want their name pronounced correctly. It's important to you, it's important to them, and it's really important to us. When we do graduation practice, we run through it a few times, and we practice the names as much as possible. We get out our phones, we record them saying it so that we have it absolutely perfect. If you want to record it beforehand, so that my readers, when they get their list of names, can listen to the recording beforehand, it eliminates, when I did it 3 years ago, I wrote everyone's names phonetically next to them, and I practiced them Memorial Day weekend at my parents' house over and over again to make sure that they were done perfect. So this name pronunciation, if you fill out, you can just do a quick voice recording. Have your students say it clearly and slowly, and then our readers can practice before graduation. It makes it go a lot faster. So no one has to do that. I'm Beth Coffey. My name is pretty simple. I probably wouldn't fill it out. Okay, but some of you may want to, if you know your name's often mispronounced. That's where you can also give us a heads up. You want your middle name, you don't want your middle name. Students kind of give us that preference at the practice. The computer technology, we will start collecting. Ms. Benitez, who is one of the secretaries who checked you in today, she will start doing technology collection on June 9th and E23. So if your student is done with their Chromebook or they want to return something at that time, they can start getting that obligation out of the way. She will let me know probably around June 13th what we're still missing, and I'll put those in as obligations. Right? If it's not turned in, if it's damaged, right, that will go under a price that you have to pay before getting your cap and gown. So maybe you might want to start having that conversation. What do we have with Cherry Hill West prior to that? In the graduation bag, we reference this bag all the time. It's this magical bag they get on the 16th. Here's what it has in it. It'll have their cap and gown. If you've not paid your $30 for your cap and gown, that is one of the obligations that your student may have. We have already ordered them. They may even actually be here now that I think about it. You picked your size. You gave us your height and weight for your student back in August. We snuck the form into Genesis to get your schedule. So there's no form that you need to fill out. We ordered one for your child. It's just $30. It will be in the bag for them. We do recommend that you try it on that night. Maybe they grew a lot, we have extras. So try it on, also take it out of the bag so the wrinkles get out. I do not recommend ironing your cap and gown. You'll steam. Put it in the bathroom while you're having a shower, hang it in there, let it hang for a couple days. It'll turn out just fine, right? We're all in purple. That changed 2 years ago. East is all in red. We are all in purple with like white detail. In there, you also, every family, every student gets 2 discounted parking tickets. There is a main parking lot for the Leah Core Center. It is originally $22 to park. We get it for $14. So you will get 2 discounted parking passes. They assure us there's plenty of parking in that parking garage. It may work at their other garages, but we don't know that. That would be something you'd have to test those water and like how good are you at finagling to get what you want. But it will definitely work in the Leah Core's garage, $14, or you can find your own parking wherever you would like. But our parking passes go for the main Leah Core's parking garage. In there, I will put your extra tickets, your special assistance entrance tickets, and any cords or extra tassels your student may have earned from their club or honor society would also be in their bag for them on that day. Yep.
The girls mostly, but the kids. I have 2 of my own. They like to decorate their caps. So it is a Cherry Hill board policy that you cannot participate with a cap that's decorated. You can buy on Amazon for dirt cheap a backup one, and then that's the one that the kids can decorate and do their photo shoots with. But when processing through graduation themselves, it must be the plain cap provided in the bag. So just FYI on that. And then the other thing, we were just kind of tag teaming to help, right? We're trying to make sure we get everything. Traffic can get a little crazy at Leah Core at the start, right? Our doors open at 3. It is busy. It is busy. So I would account for that time and not think like, oh, it's not starting till 4. I will say all seats in there are really phenomenal. You know, you'll know what side your child's on, but account for traffic. Don't think rolling in at 3:45 is gonna work. You're gonna need the time. The parking that Ms. Coffey's speaking about is great. Obviously, when it's over, exiting can get a little hairy, but I mean, I said an hour and 15 minutes, Penn State. You would think they have it together, and we did when we sat, we were like, oh my gosh. So there'll be some wait time, but it's close. It's literally right next to. So if you are concerned about a lot of walking for family members, it's a great parking garage to utilize.
With that being said, there is on one of the pages. Also with the capping out decorating, one of the main reasons when they toss their caps at the end, it's impossible to find your cap at the end of it. So if you put all this hard work into decorating it, I would hate for you not to get it back. It's also for policy, but like Ms. Ballerton said, buy your own, decorate your own, take all the pictures you want, just don't bring it to our graduation. There is recommendations of what to wear. Now that we're all purple, it's a lot easier. The white dresses used to be a little see-through for like a patterned dress. We do ask that there is, no jeans, no sneakers, just, looking presentable, especially for pictures afterwards, I'm sure as a family. We recommend heels. Always makes us really nervous when they're walking across the stage in front of, thousands of people. All eyes are on you. I would just really hate for someone to fall in a high heel on those steps. There's steps up, or ramp up, and steps down. So just keep that in mind when picking out shoes. Again, maybe once for pictures, maybe once for actually walking across the stage. That's just a recommendation. Make sure that they're also only wearing cords that they have earned, that they're not Amazoning their own cords and decorating themselves. It's a big deal these days to look good with our cords. We'll go over how to wear the tassels at practice. No handbags. Maybe wear a dress with pockets in it, but when we get there and we organize the garage, we don't come back there ever again. There's no room to put our stuff. So have a cell phone, put it in a pocket, maybe like lipstick, lip gloss, whatever you need. However, there's no purses can be worn. The course actually doesn't let us have them.
Which I wanted to mention for prom, it is so spread out, there won't be people available watching handbags that are left. So please encourage anyone that carries something to not
and just the ambiance, which is awesome at the aquarium, it's dark, right? We have extra chaperones, our dark alleys. So, true conversation. They're looking to fish, yes. The sharks. So just all that, like minimum. Go there, dance, eat, have a good time. Take some pictures on your phone. And then go on your way. Are there any questions? Yes. Yeah. So yes, I would say try it on with the gowns. Maybe have two options, an idea. I don't see that being a problem. I actually think there was someone that did that last year, if I'm not mistaken. The gown usually goes right to their feet, depending on how it looks. But I don't, as long as it is we don't want jeans, we don't want, yeah. That makes sense. Any other questions? All the way in the back, nice and loud.
Will the graduation be live streamed? If so, when will we get the link?
So in previous years, it has not been live streamed. It is recorded per Temple. There's a lot of contracts that we signed with Temple. It will be recorded, and we will send it out by our communications officer for the district. Will send it out to us. So as soon as I have access to it, I'll send it out to the families of the recorded version. We are investigating the live stream. We don't have control over it. That's Temple, so that'll be part of our contract negotiation. So as of right now, no live stream. If that changes, I will let you know right away. I do know in past years, people are FaceTime live streaming it themselves on their phones, but unfortunately, that's right now the best we have for live stream. Yes. So on June 20th, the students will report to West at 1:15. 1:15 is when they need to report here. They'll go to the theater. They'll line up exactly in their line. We'll have teachers here whose duties to get them on the bus, take attendance, make sure that everyone's accounted for and that we're not missing anybody. But that is something we hold very important. It is promptly 1:15. Again, traffic getting into the city. East families are on their way out as we are arriving. So East is the early one. We are the later one. So we want to make sure that we get everyone in on time. So 1:15 is the yeah. So the main doors, they will have Temple workers will be the ones checking tickets, and to get in with a special assistance, the regular doors will open. The entire access to the floor is handicap accessible, so that you can get to wherever you need to go with those passes. Yeah, so.
Like the regular door you're thinking of Broad Street.
I would say it should be on your map.
It's like the main entrance.
Yeah. It is. Any other questions? Yes. An hour 42, you said earlier? The other side, we are, yeah, so about 2.5. I think last year we were just a little bit over 2. Great, so 2 hours is about the time. Yes, they have to go home with you. They have graduated, they are no longer ours. Okay, we will take them to graduation and then you take them with you. Yes, project graduation is that night. That is the tickets that they are selling. Kids win lots of great prize. Everyone wins at project graduation. It's a really fun night. Any other questions? Project graduation starts at 10. Goes till 5 a.m. Okay. Yes. Everything the project graduation is selling, the yard signs, balloons, and the project graduation tickets will be available after here in my office, or you can contact the PTA. They'll be in contact. So everything will also be available. Something that we do different at West, just so you know, for graduation, it is for the students and teachers, a very meaningful thing. If you've had a student graduate before, you've seen it. When students process into the graduation, they do not go directly to their seats. The teachers will be standing kind of in a horseshoe, and they get to go kind of say their final goodbyes to the teachers that have had an impact on them. shake their hand, maybe give a hug. But you'll see that makes ours a little bit longer because the students, they want to see their teachers. It's really sweet how sentimental the seniors get on that last day. Even those that think they're not going to be, it hits everybody a little differently. So that's something that we do differently at West, but that is what will happen first when they process in. You'll see them go greet every teacher before they get to their seats. Any other last questions? Yeah.
The first thing, graduation or prom.
So they are not allowed to have it at graduation. Leah Core Center does not let us. There's no room to hold it. Prom, it is just recommended. We will not be watching their stuff for them.
Okay.
So if they leave it on a table,
Yeah. Okay.
there's lots of chaperones, there's security, but it's at their own risk of prom. Yeah. So this year something, thank you for reminding me. We typically have done in the past a promenade. The things that have been available to us in the past through the county, we do not have access to anymore. And due to the aquarium being a very picturesque location with the city, we will have the yearbook photographer is going to arrive. He will be there about 5:45 at the prom to take professional pictures for people if they would like it, and then they can purchase them just like they can purchase any Laura's photos. Yes, and then there'll be an informal photo booth also. So at the prom there is a photo booth, but then prior to it, if students would like to come and take pictures, we will have a professional photographer there for them to take your pictures at the aquarium. Yes. So parking at the prom, they have a private parking lot that's for the aquarium. It is $6.50 now and $10 at the door for parking. So carpooling is recommended. It's the same for our chaperones. We pay the $6.50 and the $10. Can I get it over?
So I asked the woman today, I paid her today for like the event, but I asked her if I could keep selling parking, and she said yes, and she'll just cut me a separate invoice. So if your child did not buy parking, which there were not that many, promoting it, they can still buy all the way up until Wednesday. Then next Wednesday, I have to provide her with my total number. When we go, she gives me the coupon, and then when the kid checks in, I'll be like, oh, parking, 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 and they get their voucher. If they don't pre-buy, then it's some other process, and it's $10.
It's just like you're leaving a normal parking garage. You just pay at a little kiosk when you leave. Do they just come see you to pay?
Yeah. So I've been sitting in the cafeteria for the week, but I pretty much never leave my room. I did for a week. I'm always in F26. The kids know it. F26. I'll send it on Google Classroom 100 times. They can pop in there, and I have my computer. I'll mark them down. Also, there's no ticket if they did not tell you. I opted to buy them all a little pack of Swedish fish with a sticker on it that said, hey, this is the reminder next week, timing, etc. Eat your little fish and show up next Thursday. I have it all digital, so there was no reason to print paper that they don't do anything with anyway. Good?
Any other last questions? Yes. No, so there will not be an official promenade at the school this year, right? So instead we're transitioning and supplying professional photographer at the venue prior to the event. Any other questions? If you have any questions, I will send out the packet digitally, the video, and kind of common questions. Please visit the PTA, check your obligations, right there. You can check your obligations now. Or pay for your obligations, PTA, balloons, project graduation, guard side. Have a great night. See you at graduation.